How to automate your YouTube ad leads with AI and let this system do all the follow-up for you. A lot of realtors are running YouTube ads, but they struggle to turn the leads into actual listing appointments. So in this video, I'm going to show you the exact AI workflow that I use for all my real estate partners, built specifically for YouTube ads. You'll see how to follow up faster, personalize the conversation, and actually book these people into real opportunities without you basically having to do anything. And this is the exact system I use to help my realtors that I work with get an extra 1 or 2 listing appointments every single week with YouTube ads. And as a bonus at the end, I'm going to be showing you how you can implement this exact workflow and framework into your entire real estate business so you can basically automate everything, create leverage, and also scale predictably. So let's dive in. So I'm going to go over first why automations are important, why you need them in your business, especially if you're running YouTube ads. I'm going to go over why most automations fail, the methodology behind what I'm doing and why it works. I'm going to show you actually building it from scratch so you can go ahead and just copy it. And I'm going to be giving away the exact snapshot as well so you can just have them. And then also tips on how to optimize it and just create leverage in your entire business using this exact strategy. So let's get right into it. First of all, why do you need automation? First of all, automation equals leverage in today's day and age, as I'm sure you're aware, like AI is just taking over. So you need to, whether you like it or not, it's a tool for you, right? Everyone has access to the same things, and it's those who are the ones who understand it, who actually use it, that are going to benefit from it. So this is basically where you can create leverage in your business. And I also want to start out by saying there's always going to be that human touch. And the human touch is the most important part of any business, right? I would still recommend, I speak with a lot of agents who still write postcards. They write little letters to all of their past clients, which I think is awesome. All handwritten, no AI, no copy pasted, none of that. I think that's great. And there's always going to be a place for that in business, but it's about the little tasks now that you're able to automate. Like when someone submits a form, you can do an instant personalized follow-up where you're not having to send anything to them. You can automate all of it. You can automate sending texts and emails, campaigns, even call task where it's reminding you to go and call this person. Because remember, and this is something I always harp on, you can have the best AI automation appointment booking system in the world, but it's never going to beat a human, especially you actually getting out on the phone with them, especially if you're the one in the YouTube ad, right? But you can make your life easier, automate 95% of it. The only thing that's not automated is actually having a conversation with them, which is something that at this point, that's going to beat everything every day of the week. They have AI voice agents. I'm telling you right now, those are terrible. The best part is you getting on the phone with them, but you need to create leverage on up until that point, and it just makes your life easier. But also, we need to know, what are we actually sending out? What's the best way to do this to actually build that trust? So by the time you do have that human touch, you have that conversation, that they're already pre-sold on you, they already trust you, and they're basically ready to go, right? That's a big problem with a lot of the other stuff, why a lot of automations fail. And even like with Facebook ads and all that, you can have like a lot of these automations. The first thing I'm going to preface is it doesn't matter like the automations you have if the person that you brought in, if the lead is just a tire kicker, right? That's the first part. You need to bring in only the most serious and most qualified people, which is why I'm only relating this to YouTube ads. I'm also going to show you how you can do it in other areas in your business. But that's the first part. Like, no automation is going to just turn someone from unqualified into qualified like that. Like what you'll say, like that's not even possible. You can increase their intent, but there needs to be something there already that you can kind of spark that, put more gasoline in the fire and get a higher intent person. So this is why most automations fail from what I've seen. And I've made these mistakes as well. So you can just learn from me. First of all, there's just a text overload. Like you just constantly sending text every day, every hour. And it's like you're just you're like throwing up on them almost with these texts. So avoid overwhelming your audience with just excessive text, right? That's it. No one likes that. I know when I get texts from people, I just opt out because I see they're sending me 50 things. It's like, why are you still texting me? I'm not interested, right? So actually have a purpose for each message. Second is just spam messages. So when you this goes to what I just said. The best way you can think about this is have a purpose. What am I trying to accomplish with this message? And if you're just checking in, like why does that matter to them? right? So frame it in their best interest of why they should respond to you. It's the same as creating a YouTube ad. You're giving them a reason to click on the ad, and if you don't have a good enough reason, a good enough lead magnet, they're not going to click. And it's the same exact thing with this. So stop just sending, oh, I'm just checking with you, XYZ. Have a purpose and be more definitive. People want someone to lead them. And of course, it's not everyone's going to respond. That's just human nature. We all have free will, right? But you can be very, very targeted, very specific on what you're sending and what outcome you're looking to get out of it. And I'll tell you right now, what a lot of people do is completely wrong because they don't have an outcome in the first place. And the last part is just false urgency, where they're saying, oh, the market changed and all that, XYZ. I think that's good. You can add it in there sometimes when the market actually does change. But a lot of times people are just kind of sending out stuff that's just not true from what I've seen. It's kind of like bait and switch. We're getting them to respond, and then you end up getting on the phone. They're like, this is not what I was talking about, right? So those are a lot of the mistakes I see why a lot of automations do fail. Now I'm going to go over what the methodology is of what we're actually building. So this is the lead conversion methodology that I came up with. The first part is speed to lead. So speed to lead, I'm sure you're familiar. Everyone says that. And I will say a lot of those Facebook ads people tell you speed to lead is so important because the leads are just terrible. I'm going to tell you right now, with YouTube, it's not as important, but I will say it still does make a huge difference. There was a Harvard study, I forget, so don't quote me on this and go do your own research. But it was like when you contact a lead within the first 5 minutes, the chances of them converting goes up like 400%. Because you have to think about it this way. Even with a YouTube lead, even with the very bottom of funnel person looking to sell, they're just that. They're looking to sell. So if they click on this, they don't hear from you, they're going to go to the next place. It's like if someone's injured, they're looking to go to a doctor. They call one doctor or they opt in. They don't hear from them. They're just going to go to the next one and the next one. So that's why speed to lead is really important no matter where you're getting leads from. It's just human nature, human psychology. When they click on that, they're still in that frame of mind. So if you can catch them while they're doing that, get on the phone with them, that's when you have a lot of those really good conversions. And it just makes your life so much easier because they actually remember what they clicked on, right? Now, there's other things you can do. Like I'll show you speed to lead, how to also automate this. You can't automate the call, but I'll show you how to automate this as well, which is a big thing. Second part is we need to identify their preferred channel. So what a lot of agents do is they're just sending out emails, right? Like if you're anything like me, do you go and just click on random emails from people and just keep opening emails? Oh, that's really valuable, right? I'm on probably 500 newsletters that I've just too lazy to unsubscribe from. I open like one or two of them every now and then because it's actually valuable, right? But I'm never gonna basically read a whole email. What I do is I respond on my phone, so text or calls. But it's different from person to person, right? So you need to find what is this person's preferred channel, and we need to hit them on all of these separate channels. So email, call, and text, right? So if they are a big emailer, then there you go. And that's going to be the primary one. Of course, we still need to get on the phone with them, but you're going to find out, and you're going to make sure that you're giving these people a chance to respond on whatever their preferred channel is, and then just doubling down on that. Now, the third one is engaging multiple times. So it's not just going to be a case of you reach out once, they respond, it's done. You need to have multiple touch points with them. It's just like anything. Like people are probably going to not convert after the first text or the first call. A lot of times it's the second or third one. Now with the YouTube leads, a lot of times you can convert them on the first one into the listing appointment. Of course, you need to go meet them in person and all that. But a lot of times there is going to be multiple touch points required. So don't get discouraged if they don't answer the first time. I'll show you how we can automate that as well. The next one we need to do is just building familiarity. And that's the other goal with the methodology behind these automations is we're making them look personalized, and it goes along with this one, but it just builds familiarity with these people, right? So if they see you texting them, it's actually relevant to them. It's personalized based on what they put in their information, something relevant to them. It's going to make them a lot more likely to go and answer, to want to speak with you, and they're going to just trust you a lot more because it doesn't seem automated, even if it is completely automated. An example, with all my clients, I have an automation where basically when these people put in their address, it's going to say, hey, I was just giving you, I just saw that you requested that our ebook and then also evaluation for the property at 123 Bobcat Lane. and it's like it's personalized, and we use that throughout. So use all of that ammo you have, and it's just going to create a much more personalized and streamlined experience. Because think about it, if you got a text from someone where it had your address in it, and one was the same message but didn't have your address, which would you probably respond to? Probably the one with your address, right? So just think about that. It's nothing revolutionary, like it's nothing crazy like that you've never heard, but it just builds familiarity, builds more trust. It was when you personalize the communication, so focus on that. Now, the next part is, or the last one I want to go over, is just booking appointments, right? That's the whole goal of it. But really, what I'll tell you, you're not going to book appointments over text, but this all leads back to booking that appointment, right? And then after that, you can personalize the communication even more when you can add in even more custom values about where they're at, what you learned, their city, all of that. If they have a family, you can start adding that in the text and stuff. But remember, it all leads back. All the stuff you do is all going to lead back to the booked appointment, right? That's the most important part. That's how you're going to convert these people, is on the phone, is over an appointment. But you can make your life easier by automating all of this beforehand, right? So that's the methodology behind what it is, how it actually works. Now, what I'm going to do is actually go in high level, which is the CRM or the software I use, and actually build it with you. It's super simple, but it is really effective. It's what I use for all my clients with the YouTube ads. So let's create a workflow. I just made a folder, YouTube ads automation. So let's create this. We're going to start from scratch always. Now there's going to be a couple different workflows that you do have. I'm going to just go over in this one the initial SMS automation, but I'm going to also give you a few other examples of what you can do in other ways to just automate your business, and what I do with a lot of or all the agents that I'm running YouTube ads for. So the first one, this is going to be the initial 7-day SMS sequence. So what this is when a lead comes in, when they submit the form or the survey from the YouTube ads, what I've found is we're going to be texting them for the first 7 days and sending them about 10 or 11 different messages, right? And the reason we do that, first of all, the goal with these messages is not to book an appointment over text. It's not to get them to open up about their life, although we do have one, which I'll show you, where we do get them to open up a bit. But the main goal of it is just getting a response from them. If someone responds to you, they're much more likely to then be open to a call, an appointment. They're going to trust you more, and they're also going to have your number saved in there as well. So that's the first goal, is getting a response in the first place. So how we build this is basically we're going to add a new trigger, and this trigger is, okay, if this happens, then we're going to do this. So we're going to do a form submitted. So when the form gets submitted from the YouTube ads, we're going to do the form is, and we are going to do landing page opt-in. You're going to select your form. So once they submit their form, again, going back to speed to lead, that's the most important part. So what we're going to do is send out a message instantly. Now, this is something that it is debatable. People do talk about, but what I've found, so with the first message you send, and by the way, we're only going to do text. When I get these people's information with the YouTube ads, I just get their name and phone number. I know I mentioned email in there, but I will be honest, I haven't seen someone answer their email more than their phone, and I would just create less friction and bring more people in by just getting their phone number instead of their email. A lot of times people put in fake emails as well, but really the phone number is all you need. So what we're going to do, we want to just hammer them with text right away. But the thing about that first text is you need to be compliant. You need to say, hey, this is reply stop to unsubscribe. So what a lot of people do, they send out this message that's supposed to look like it's personalized, but then you have to say, hey, reply stop to unsubscribe. And obviously that's automated. So what I like to do is say, hey, name, add in the custom variable. So this, by the way, custom value, this is going to be, it's going to use the information that they put in. So, hey, John, this isn't, I like to say this is an automated message because it's going to say reply, stop to unsubscribe. Message to send you a copy of our ebook and a home valuation for the property at, and we're going to put in their address, right? So it shows, okay, they're going to feel like, okay, this person actually listened to me, even though obviously it's all automated. So we're going to do, and then you can put a copy of your ebook right in there. You can put a link, but then what I also like to do is say, hey, Noah will be reaching out shortly about your evaluation. And then thanks. Reply stop to unsubscribe. And that's exactly what it is. Super simple, but you see it's going to go out instantly. So it's basically just confirming. So they're going to put it in, they're going to put their information in, they're going to get a text instantly. It's like, okay, they got my information. All of it went through, which if you don't do this, they're going to be like, oh, they're going to forget about it even after a minute, which is why sometimes when you call them, they don't know what they clicked on because they really just forgot, right? So we're going to have instant text going out. What I want to do then is wait 2 minutes. And this is where we're going to turn it to a personalized text. So I'm going to name it so we can organize it. Wait 2 minutes. This is going to be the personalized text. So we're going to do send SMS. And this one is going to be basically us reaching out. So, hey, and a key thing here, lowercasing that. So it does look like a real person's texting them. Hey, John, it's just Noah here. You can even misspell some words in there as well. I'm about your property at, we're going to use our address again, property to give you an updated value. And then we want to ask them a question, right? So what's the point of us reaching out? I want to get them to open up about their home. I'm curious. Any renovations in the past 5 years or so? This will affect, I don't know if I'm using the right effect. This will affect your home's value. So please let me know. So please let me know right away so I can get that over. Thanks. So you see right here, super simple, but hey, John, it's just Noah here. I'm reaching out about your property at 123 Bobcat Lane to give you an updated value. I'm just curious, have you done any renovations in the past 5 years or so? This will affect your home's value, so please let me know right away so I can get that over to you. Thanks. And see that it just feels personalized. You're using their address in there, the custom values, you're using their name, but also the reason we want to get them to open up. That's the goal of this message. I want you to ask yourself, what's the reason of me sending this message? What's the outcome I'm looking to get from it? So we're going to save. Now the next thing we want to do, we're going to do wait. And by the way, if they respond, we're going to have in settings where stop on response. So when the contact responds to a message, it's going to stop it. So we're going to make sure we save that. So if they do respond, it's not going to keep sending messages out because that can be annoying. So the next one we're going to do is wait. And I always want to send another one the same day. So like you do 8 hours later. Wait 8 hours. Right here, change it to hours. And we're going to go do another message. And then this one, basically after that first one, we're not trying to get them to open up about their home. We're just trying to get them to respond in the first place. So, hey, use their name again. Not sure if you missed my last message. Are you interested in seeing what you could sell your home for? Actually, what you could get for your home. And this one, we're just trying to get them to say yes or no. We're just trying to get a response. And if they don't respond, of course, we're going to keep sending more. So we're going to do wait. This one will do 12 hours. 12 hours. We're going to do another message. And this one, again, is just trying to get them to respond. This one can be super simple. So you can just do, hey, hi. I'm trying to think how we want to go about this because you don't want to make them all look the same. This one I'm kind of thinking, so you can see my thought process is just, hey, is this John? I want to make sure I have the right number to give the valuation to. Hey there, it's Noah. It's Noah here. I'm reaching I'm reaching John. I was gonna putting that valuation together for, you're put in their address, but haven't heard back yet. So just wanted to make sure. Let me know. Thanks. Boom. So we already have, see how many? 1, 2, 3, 4 messages going out already. We're going to do another wait. This time we'll do 1 day later. Wait 1 day. And what we can do is we can just do their name and then a question mark. Like, John, you there? Question mark. And then that'll get their interest. And basically you can see all we're trying to do is just basically get them to text back. So we'll do it, wait 1 more day. What we can also do is, instead of wait 1 day, we can do like 23 hours. So it doesn't look automated. So it's not sending out at 6 o'clock every single day, right? So we'll do wait 23 hours. And this one will do, hey, hi, hey, John, hey, name, don't mean to bug you. But you clicked on my YouTube ad a few days back to get my ebook and evaluation and an evaluation for your home. Is this the right number? And you're going to leave it at that. And basically what you're going to do is you're just going to have messages. You probably get the gist of it now. That's what I want to show you. I'd rather teach you how to fish rather than give you the fish, so you can go out and customize it to your brand, because that's what's most important. But you just see the first one, you're trying to get them to open up. But from there, you're just trying to get a response in the first place, which is something a lot of people do wrong. But if you don't do that, they're just gonna just ignore your number, block your number, because you're texting all these paragraphs trying to get them to open up about their life, which is what a lot of people do. The whole point of these is getting either a yes or a no, and the second they reply yes, I want you to go give them a call, get on the phone with them as soon as possible. Right now, what I want to do as well is show you guys how to make your life easier, which is what all of this is for, is creating leverage in your business. So this is going to be a call reminder. So what we're going to do is, so the form is submitted. So once a form is submitted, because remember, the call is the most important part, form is landing page opt-in. What we're going to do is, because you're going to get the notification for the new lead right when it comes in. But after that, you're going to forget to call these people. So we're going to do wait 1 day since they've come in, wait 1 day. And what we're going to do is an internal notification where you're basically getting a message. You're getting a message to follow up with this person. So reminder to follow, to give a call today about their home at and their address to make your life easier. And we can put in their phone number in there. Put in their phone number, contact, phone. And that's what you do. And all you do is you can just basically copy all actions from here, and you'll be able to right there do a 1, 2, 3, 4. We want like a 6-day follow-up. So we will copy actions from here. And this is, so not only while those messages are going out, are we going to be reaching out to them, but also you're going to be reminding yourself to follow up with these people. Like, that's a big thing a lot of agents don't do. They forget because you guys are all busy. But creating a way to follow up with these people where it just reminds you, where it's very systemized, and you can do this with anything in your business as well. Now, going back to it, I just want to go over how you optimize it. So that's basically the foundation of the automations. It's nothing crazy, but now you understand how to do it, my thought process behind it, and what actually works. So this is how you actually optimize and scale it. So first of all, you need to gather feedback. So this is basically finding what's working, finding the feedback. If people are resonating with one automation more than the others, double down on that one and do a similar message across them and tweak them to get better results based on the data that you're getting. Second thing you want to do is analyze their responses. This is basically the same thing. You want to gather feedback from the people, analyze how they're responding to this. So maybe if you're looking for one answer, but they give you another, maybe tweak the message because it's usually something wrong with what you did. It's always a cause and effect. The next part is implement changes. So you want to adjust your strategies based on the feedback that you are getting. Fourth, add more customized variables. So the customized variables are when you're in there, when I put in like their first name, address, where it's all going to be automated, but it makes it look personalized. So if you can, once you speak with them over the phone or once they answer, create a custom variable based on something they told you that's going to make it seem very, very personalized, even though it's completely automated. That just builds more trust, makes you look more personable. And then the fifth part is just applying it to your business. This is something I wanted to cover. It's not even all relevant to YouTube ads. It's just automating your business as a whole. So even at leads you get from open houses, if you're running retargeting ads on Google, pay-per-click ads, maybe you get people scanning a QR code on your mailers. Automate everything where if somebody opts in to be in your database or if someone's in your database, you have a long-term nurture via text, email, all the stuff that I'm showing you. You have tasks to follow up with them. Someone opts in from your open house. You have a text going out, hey, just saw you opted in XYZ from my open house. Do you have any questions? And you do the same formula. You're getting them to respond, getting them to open up. The second they do, you give them a call. And that's, you can really apply it to your entire business. This is something I help a lot of agents out with. But it's just about creating systems in your business where you're not having to think about all this other stuff. And it's really applicable to anything. So those agents who do utilize it are just making their life easier. You set it up once and you're going to save hours of your time every single week. So by a year, you probably saved an entire month of doing all this meaningless stuff just by automating it. And if you do want the same automations that I just built, I'll just give you the snapshot right here with this. I can share this as well if you do want it. Let me know. I can send a link over for that. But that's all I wanted to go over. If you do want me to set this up for you, specifically YouTube ads, or create some automations within your business for this to just systemize all of it, kind of want it all set up for you, check the link in the description below. Should be the first one. And just book a strategy chat with me. Kind of go over how this would look in your market, go over a blueprint on kind of what you could expect and what kind of results you could get. But anyways, I appreciate you watching. If you are interested in just YouTube ads, learning more, I also do have a 3-hour training on YouTube in the description as well if you want to check that out. But other than that, thank you for watching. Have a good rest of your day.